That was fun, wasn't it? All merchandise stuff. So we've got my match ticket. Also got the £10 very expensive programme. And we've also got this completely unnecessary flag, which looks kind of cool actually. I'm going to find a place for that in the background somewhere, so that'll be up in another video. But yeah, we've completed the Carabao Cup final. I've done a match vlog. I'm going to leave a link up to that at the end of the video if you want to go and check it out. I'm also going to leave the link to that in the description below, along with my penalty shootout video that I filmed of the penalty shootout of this game. I'm going to leave both them links in the description below if you want to go and check them out, then please do. But this is the analysis of this Chelsea versus Manchester City game at Wembley Stadium in the Carabao Cup final. Now, finished 0-0. There isn't a lot of talking points really from the game. There wasn't a lot happening. There's a lot of huffing and puffing really going on in the game from both sides. Chelsea were sitting deeper. They'd gone with no striker. They were sitting with all men behind the ball at times, and they were looking to hit Man City on the counter-attack. Hazard and Kante both looking very lively when going forward, particularly in the second half. Manchester City couldn't find a way through and not able to really create many chances in this game. In terms of clear-cut chances, I don't really recall of anything. I mean, there's just some pot-luck shots from Sergio Aguero, who had an effort in the second half. Kevin De Bruyne had a free kick which went over. We also had a little goal-mouth scramble. I think it was Aguero and Raheem still, and couldn't convert it in. And obviously we had a goal disallowed through Sergio Aguero on VAR, which I thought was quite a bit offside. And it turns out actually it's about a yard offside. Now, the only fault I've got with VAR being involved in this game is it doesn't take a lot of effort for them to show it on the big screen so everyone in the stadium can see, because you've no idea what's happening. So, yeah, everyone in the stadium doesn't know what's happening. You guys at home will obviously know what's happening on television and what they're looking at and what the decisions are. Apparently there's something involved with Eden Hazard at the end too, being through on goal and the offside flag going up, and he wasn't offside. Again, I've not seen any replays of that. I don't know anything that happened whilst at the game, and it's all very confusing. So that needs addressing for VAR. Putting the flag up when it isn't offside stops Hazard putting it in the net. Could Chelsea have won it, etc, etc, etc. We'll jump into conclusions here. So that's something for VAR to target in the future. But in terms of this game, I think the best summary is incredibly boring. Like I said, Chelsea was sitting deeper. They obviously got hammered by Man City 6-0. They've learnt the lessons, packed the midfield, stopped being so attacking, stopped going at Man City, and the kind of attitude of, do you risk winning to lose this game? They didn't want to go toe-for-toe with Manchester City in quality, so they kept things very tight, and in the end ended up getting a penalty shootout. And I'm sure a lot of Chelsea players and fans would probably be quite happy with taking it to penalty shootout. It's a lottery. As long as you're on form in the penalty shootout, you may well win the cup. And so, yeah, quite interesting. Managed to get it to penalty shootout. Chelsea, I'm not going to accuse them of time wasting too much, but their keeper was doing a little bit of time wasting throughout the whole of the game. It was quite unusual. He picked up a couple of strains. It looked like he had a little bit of cramp or something wrong with his leg. He was a doubt going into this game, so he ended up starting Willy Caballero, the former Manchester City man who's an expert on penalties. They wanted to bring him on in extra time towards the end, as Kepa went down twice, and then he said he was okay, even though they'd put the substitute board up and Caballero was ready to come on, and Sarri wanted to put Caballero in net. Quite unusual. He's refused to come off as a substitute. It's quite unusual. Kepa did, their goalkeeper, and completely defied Sarri's orders there. And apparently there was some aggro going on in the fallout of that. Sarri walking down the tunnel, then coming back on. There was a team talk. Someone in the stadium pointed out to me that Kepa weren't actually involved in the team talk. And it was almost like he wanted to make a hero of himself, and he's ended up kind of making himself the villain, and now his future's in doubt. And there's a load of fallout saying he's undermined the manager. What's his punishment going to be? Do you do that? Well, Sarri played it down in his press conference afterwards, as I was expecting him to do, just saying he thought he had cramp and bringing him off. But deep down, Sarri must be fuming. He's been humiliated on the world stage with everyone watching in a cup final, defying the manager's orders. Even if you don't want to come off, you've been substituted, you've got to come off. Ridiculous. Player power at Chelsea right there in hand there, and completely defying the manager there. Ludicrous, my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. So we went to the penalty shootout in this game. Jorginho stepped up first. Chelsea won the toss. They put it in front of their fans. They've gone first. Jorginho misses. Terrible penalty, nice and comfortable for Ederson to save. Just the way we wanted to start the penalty shootout, and we bring on Ilkay Gundogan to take the penalty. Obviously a substitute himself, and a good penalty it was. A typical German penalty, putting us 1-0 ahead in the penalty shootout. Then Azpilicueta, the centre-back for Chelsea, came on. Nice penalty, ended up making it 1-1. Sergio Aguero then taking Man City's penalties. Man City's penalty taker, by the way, I mean just, it was very, very close. Kepa getting a good hand onto it, going into the bottom corner. Very difficult to get low down there. Not a good penalty at all by Aguero, but I'll take it as long as it goes in the back of the net. Then from there, I think it was Emerson ended up making it 2-2, with Manchester City taking their next penalty, which was Leroy Sane, who ended up missing, and so was in a row after 3 penalties each, and it was 2-2 all to play for. David Luiz sets up and ends up hitting the post, which meant Manchester City, if Bernardo Silva could convert, and he does, then we ended up going 3-2 up in the penalty shootout, with Chelsea needing to score their 5th and final penalty, with Eden Hazard taking the best of the bunch. An absolutely brilliant penalty, so cool, you need it to stay in the competition, slots it in, brilliant penalty from Hazard. Man City needing the final kick for them, the 5th penalty, to score, to win the cup. Raheem steps up, ends up hitting the underside of the crossbar into the net. That'll do nicely. The Carabao Cup is coming home, back-to-back champions for the first time here with the Carabao Cup, and the first of many trophies, I hope, for this season. We're not going to mention the Q word. Now, in full out of this, injury to Fernandinho. He's going to be out for several weeks, apparently. Laporte's also picked up an injury again, out for several weeks. Fixture list, we've got a couple of difficult games coming up, none against the top 6, but we have got some difficult games coming up. For example, they've got matches against West Ham and Watford coming up at home. We've got difficult away matches against Bournemouth and also Fulham at the end of the month in the Premier League. These are matches where we need to be on point, we need to be performing well. These teams, I'm not expecting any of them, 4 that I just mentioned, to park the bus or be very defensive like Chelsea were today. So it might suit us in Fernandinho not playing in the game. Like, it's not a disaster that he won't be able to play for these 4 games. I think we'll miss Laporte more. His build-up from the back is brilliant. However, we have got Vincent Kompany coming back, and if he could stay fit for the next month, that'd be brilliant, bringing Laporte back and John Stones back. So we've got Otamendi, obviously, that's looks like he might have been out of order with Pep getting sent off. Look like he might be down the pecking order. Not a bit of it. I'm expecting to get plenty of starts now for Manchester City. So a good opportunity here for a few players. We might even see Danilo going in at defensive midfield. We might see Gundogan returning into that position. Stones, when he comes back, might even return to that position. It'll be interesting. Like I said, these teams don't park the bus, so it won't be teams that are going to sit back and Manchester City's going to dominate the possession. We'll miss Laporte more for that, with building up play, because he's a good attacking player. Fernandinho good at stopping attacks, obviously, and so we'll have to be quite wary in that defensive midfield hole. 2 big losses from there. At what cost have we won this Carabao Cup? Well, that's what happens when you take it to extra time. We weren't brilliant in this game, and we need to do better. We'll just have a look at the stats before we end the video. Chelsea ended up having 39% possession to City's 61%. That's decent on Wembley's big pitch. 7 shots for Chelsea, not on target. 13 shots for City, 3 on target. Not brilliant at all. 512 passes, quite a lot on Wembley's pitch, to Manchester City's 808. Remember, it's over 120 minutes this, though. It's a lot of passes. 88% pass completion rate from City, 82% from Chelsea. Where you'd expect it to be. The problem I've got, key passes created, 8 and 6. It's when we get to the clear-cut chances, 1 apiece for both sides. We're normally used to seeing it at 2 or 3, creating the opportunities and scoring goals. If you'd scored early in this game, I imagine this game would have opened up and would have had more goals. In the end, it's just ended up being a stalemate and huffing and puffing, but nothing really spectacular to report on, and wasn't easy to watch at times, this game, because it was just kind of going through the motions, if you get what I mean. That 30 minutes in extra time, we weren't going to score. Neither of us were going to score in a month for Sundays, really, so you know, there we go. It's just prolonged waste of 30 minutes. 29 balls into the box from City, 7 connecting, that's not too bad. 12 in from Chelsea, 2 connecting. Again, not brilliant, but there we go. Defensive stats, more tackles from City, more interceptions, more blocks from Chelsea, more clearances, more headed clearances from Chelsea, and aerial duels. City won more aerial duels than Chelsea. More block crosses from Chelsea, so quite even defensive stats. The attacking stats, City were dominating. People have been saying Chelsea deserved to win this match. My opinion, it deserved a 0-0. It deserved to go to penalty shootouts. You're down to a lottery. It's whoever puts the penalties into the back of the net, and ultimately, thankfully, we ended up winning the game. So there we go. First trophy ticked off. Liverpool have gone top of the Premier League with their point at Old Trafford. We've got huge games coming up in the Premier League. If we won't have any more 0-0s, we'll be able to win them games and put Liverpool under pressure. So there we go. That's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and press the bell and put your push notifications on. And also, don't forget, you can check out my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in description below if you want to go and follow me on there. And I'll see you all again for the West Ham preview, which will be up tomorrow. Don't forget you can go check out my penalty shootout video and my match vlog from yesterday. Links in description and my match vlog link at the end of the video. Or just go on my channel and check out my videos that I've uploaded today from the Carabao Cup final from my day out at Wembley yesterday. So there we go, it's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next Manchester City and football video. So it's been JSGC. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.